Dear student, let us do factor theorem. If p of x is a polynomial whose degree is equal to 1 or greater than 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor if p of a is equal to 0. Or we can say x minus a is a factor if the remainder is equal to 0. The converse is also true. That is, if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then the remainder is equal to 0. Let us do example 1. Check whether x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial x cubed minus 3x square plus 4x plus 10. Okay, given that we have to check x plus 1 is a factor, that means we have to check whether the remainder is 0. First we find the 0 of the polynomial x plus 1. That is, we write g of x equal to 0. You get here x plus 1 equal to 0. That is x equal to minus 1. Now in place of x, in p of x, you substitute minus 1. That will get p of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 the whole cube minus 3 into minus 1 the whole square plus 4 into minus 1 plus 10. What this will give us? This will give us minus 1, minus 3, minus 4 plus 10. This will give us 2. Now 2 is not equal to 0. That means the remainder is not equal to 0. Hence x plus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial. So we write here, since remainder is not equal to 0, therefore x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. Now let us do the second example. Check whether the polynomial we have been given the polynomial is 4t cubed plus 4t square minus t minus 1 is a multiple of 2t plus 1. Or we can say we have to check whether 2t plus 1 is the factor of the given polynomial. So for that, first let us find the 0 of 2t plus 1. Here you will get 2t is equal to minus 1, t is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now how do we find the remainder? In the given polynomial, in place of the variable, we will write minus 1 by 2. That is, here it will come minus 1 by 2 the whole cube. Here it will be minus 1 by 2 the whole square. Okay, now what do we get here? We get here 4 into 1 by 8, it will be minus 1 by 8 here, plus 4 into 1 by 4, minus minus will give us plus, and here minus 1. This will get cancelled. You will get here minus half, 4 and 4 will get cancelled, you will get 1, plus half, minus half. Minus half plus half will give me a 0, plus 1 minus 1 will give me a 0. The answer will be equal to 0. So what do we find? The remainder is equal to 0. That means 2t plus 1, since the remainder is equal to 0, we have here 2t plus 1 is a factor of q of t, or we can say q of t is a multiple of 2t plus 1. Exercise 2.3, the third question. The question is, check whether 7 plus 3x is a factor of 3x cubed plus 7x. Let us denote the given polynomial by p of x. Okay, what is the next thing that you're supposed to do? You're supposed to find the 0 of 7 plus 3x. So let us find the 0. 7 plus 3x equal to 0 we write. 3x equal to minus 7. X equal to minus 7 by 3. Now the next step is, in the given polynomial, in place of x, we are supposed to write minus 7 by 3. So we get here 3 into minus 7 by 3, the whole cube, plus 7 into minus 7 by 3. This will give us 3 into minus 343 divided by 27. This will give us minus 49 by 3. Get here minus 343 by 9 minus 49 by 3. Here the LCM is 9. We get here minus 343 minus 147. That will give us minus 490 divided by 9. Now this is not equal to 0. So we find the remainder is not equal to 0. Therefore 7 plus 3x is not a factor of the given polynomial. Let us do exercise 2.4, first question. Determine which of the following polynomial has x plus 1 a factor. And this is the first. Let us denote the given polynomial by p of x. A polynomial is given x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to check whether x plus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial. How do we check? We have to find the remainder. And how do we find the remainder? First step, find the 0 of x plus 1. So we write here x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. What is the next step? In the given polynomial, in place of x, you should write minus 1. So you get here minus 1 the whole cube plus minus 1 the whole square plus minus 1 plus 1. This will give me minus 1. Here it will be plus 1, minus 1, plus 1. You get here 0. Now we see the remainder is equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is a factor of p of x. Now in this, the second polynomial is given as x is to 4, x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. So first we find the 0 of x plus 1. That is x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. Now we find what is p of minus 1. That will give us minus 1 the whole raised to 4 plus minus 1 the whole cube plus minus 1 the whole square plus minus 1 and plus 1. This will give me 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, plus 1. Here you will get equal to 1. Now you see the remainder is not equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial. Now in the third one, the polynomial is given as x raised to 4 plus 3x cubed plus 3x squared plus x plus 1. We go about with the same method, that is x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. Then we find p of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 the whole raised to 4 plus 3 into minus 1 the whole cube plus 3 into minus 1 the whole square plus minus 1 plus 1. This will give us 1. This will give us minus 3 plus 3 minus 1 plus 1. Here also the answer is 1. Now once again we see the remainder is not equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial. Now in the last question it is given, the polynomial is given x cube minus x square minus 2 plus root 2 into x plus root 2. Okay, first we have to find the 0 of x plus 1, that is x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. Now p of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 the whole cube minus, we have got here minus 1 the whole square, in bracket we have got 2 plus root 2, in place of x we have to write here minus 1 plus root 2. This will give us minus 1, once again it gives us minus 1, minus and minus will make it plus, so you will get here 2 plus root 2 plus root 2. Now minus 1 is minus 2 plus 2 will give me 0, root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2. Now this is not equal to 0. Since the remainder is not equal to 0, we say x plus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial. Let us do question number 3. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. Now in factor theorem what we had learned? If x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a, that is the remainder, will be equal to 0. We are going to use this here. Okay, let us do in this the first question. The polynomial is given as x square plus x plus k. It is given to us x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. How do you find the remainder? First we will find the 0 of x minus 1. X minus 1 equal to 0, x equal to 1. So what will be the remainder? P of 1. Now if x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, then p of 1 equal to 0. Now in place of x we should write here 1. We will get here 1 the whole square plus 1 plus k equal to 0. That will give us 1 plus 1 plus k equal to 0. 2 plus k equal to 0, therefore k is equal to minus 2. Now let us do the second one. In this the polynomial is given 2x square plus kx plus root 2. Now since x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, the remainder will be equal to 0. Here it is x minus 1, therefore the remainder will be p of 1, that is equal to 0. Now here we write x equal to 1, so you get 2 into 1 the whole square plus k into 1 plus root 2 is equal to 0, that is 2 plus k plus root 2 is equal to 0, k is equal to, it will become minus 2 minus root 2. Or we can take minus common and write as 2 plus root 2. Third one, p of x equal to kx square minus root 2x plus 1. Once again, x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. If x minus 1 is a factor, then the remainder is equal to 0. Now by substituting we will get k into 1 the whole square minus root 2 into 1 plus 1 equal to 0. So we get k minus root 2 plus 1 equal to 0. K is equal to, minus will become plus and plus will become minus. The last question in this, it is given kx square minus 3x plus k. Now since x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, what do we get? We get the remainder is equal to 0. Now here we get k into 1 the whole square minus 3 into 1 plus k is equal to 0. This is k minus 3 plus k is equal to 0. K plus k is 2k minus 3 is equal to 0. 2k is equal to 3. K is equal to 3 by 2. Now let us do the next question. Factorize y square minus 5y plus 6 by using factor theorem. We have learned how to factorize by splitting the middle term, but here we will be using factor theorem. Okay, first let us denote the polynomial by p of y square minus 5y plus 6. We write here y because the variable used in the polynomial is y. Now we find what are the factors of 6. Now factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Okay, but in this case we will write plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. Because 1 into 6 gives us 6, minus 1 into minus 6 also gives us 6. Now by trial, we will try with each factor. So first let us take y is equal to 1. Now what do you get? We get p of 1 is equal to 1 the whole square minus 5 into 1 plus 6. How do I get this? By substituting y is equal to 1 in the given polynomial. This will become 1 minus 5 plus 6. This will give us 2. Now here you see, it is 2 is not equal to 0. That is, the remainder is not equal to 0. Hence, y minus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial. Okay, now everybody just observe, when it is plus here you have to write minus, if it is minus here we write plus. Okay, now let us try with the next factor. Now let us take y is equal to 2. When we take y is equal to 2, we get p of 2 is equal to 2 the whole square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. That is equal to 4 minus 10 plus 6. Here we get equal to 0. Now since the remainder is equal to 0, what do we say? Therefore, y minus 2 is a factor of the given polynomial. Y is equal to 3. Now in this case what you get? P of 3 is equal to 3 the whole square minus 5 into 3 plus 6. This will give us 9 minus 15 plus 6. Again we see it is equal to 0. Here we get the remainder equal to 0. Therefore, y minus 3 is a factor of p of y. Now as you know, quadratic polynomials cannot have more than 2 factors. So we have already got both the factors. Therefore we get y square minus 5y plus 6 is equal to y minus 2 into y minus 3. Now let us factorize 6x square plus 17x plus 5 by factor theorem. This also you can do by splitting the middle term, but here we will be using factor theorem. Now before we start, we should write the polynomial in the form 6 is taken common. We get here x square plus 17 by 6x plus 5 by 6. Okay, why do we do this? Because we want to make, in the bracket you can see coefficient of x square is 1. So now we will take p of x, let p of x equal to x square plus 17 by 6x plus 5 by 6. Now we will factorize this part by factor theorem. Okay, first you will see factors of five by 6 are, we get here plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1 by 3, plus or minus 5 by 3. We get here plus or minus 5 also is one of the factors. plus or minus 5 by 2 plus or minus 1 by 2 plus or minus 5 by 6, or it could be plus or minus 1 by 6. Okay, now how did I get this? 5 by 6 can be written as 1 into 5 by 6. So I've got here 1 and 5 by 6. It could be minus minus also. 5 by 6 can be written as 1 into 3 into, 1 by 3 into 5 by 2. You can see that factors also. Same way, it can also be written as 5 into 1 by 6 and so on. Okay, now by try, suppose we take x equal to minus 1 by 3. So you get here p of minus 1 by 3 is equal to minus 1 by 3 the whole square plus 17 by 6 into minus 1 by 3 plus 5 by 6. This will give us 1 by 9 minus 17 by 18 plus 5 by 6. I take the LCM, that is 18. We get here 2 minus 17 plus 15. This will give us 0 divided by 18, that is 0. So we find the remainder is 0. Therefore, x plus 1 by 3 is a factor of p of x. Now let us take one more factor. Now here in this case I take x equal to minus 5 by 2. What you get here? P of minus 5 by 2 is equal to minus 5 by 2 the whole square plus 17 by 6 into minus 5 by 2 plus 5 by 6. This will give me 25 by 4 minus 85 by 12 plus 5 by 6. Here I take the LCM, that is 12. Here you get 75 minus 85 plus 10. This will give you 0 divided by 12, that is 0. The remainder is 0. Therefore, x plus 5 by 2 is a factor of p of x. Now, let us substitute in this part. We got here 6x squared 17x plus 5 is equal to 6. Now, what are the factors of x squared plus 17 by 6, x plus 5 by 6? It was x plus 1 by 3 and x plus 5 by 2. So, in place of that we write x plus 1 by 3 into x plus 5 by 2. Take LCM in both the cases. Here it is 3. You will get here 3x plus 1. Here it is 2. You will get here 2x plus 5. Okay, 2 into 3 is 6. 6 and 6 will get cancelled. You will get the final answer 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. Let us do exercise 2.4, the fourth question, factorize. Now here it is not specified that should we do it by splitting the middle term or by factor theorem. We will do factorization by splitting the middle term. The first question is factorize 12x squared minus 7x plus 1. So we have already learned this in 8th standard. What is the first thing that we should do? Coefficient of the first term, that is 12, into the last term, that is 1. 12 into 1 is equal to plus 12. Now here the sign plus is important, as it will decide that should we add the factors of 12 or should we subtract the factors of 12 to get the coefficient of the middle term, that is minus 7. So first let us find the factors of 12. Now factors of 12 can be 1 and 12, because 1 into 12 gives me 12. Now should I add or subtract these factors? What is the sign here? Plus. So we should add. 1 plus 12 gives us 13, which is not equal to minus 7. So we cannot take this factor. Next factor, we can write 12 as 2 into 6. 2 into 6 gives me plus 12, but 2 plus 6 gives us 8, which is once again not equal to minus 7. So this factor also cannot be taken. Now let us see the next one. Next one is 3 into 4 will give you plus 12, and 3 plus 4 gives us 7. But what is that we want? We want minus 7. Now how do we get minus 7? We put minus for both the factors. Now let us see what do we get. Minus 3 into minus 4 will give us plus 12. That's what we require. And minus 3 minus 4 will give us minus 7. Yes, that is what is required. Hence, this is the split. So now coming back to the question, 12x square minus 7x plus 1. We rewrite this as 12x square. In place of minus 7x, we write minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. What have we done here? We have splitted the middle term into two terms. Now, what is common in the first two terms? 3x is common. What do you get in the bracket? We get here 4x minus 1. Here we take minus sign common. In the bracket, we get here 4x minus 1. Now what is common in both this term? 4x minus 1. We take here 4x minus 1 common. In the bracket here 3x, and here it is minus 1. Now in this, the second question is factorize 2x square plus 7x plus 3. What is the first thing that we have to do? Coefficient of the first term into the last term, that is 2 into 3 will give us plus 6. Plus 6 means we have to add the factors of 6 to get the coefficient of the middle term, that is plus 7. Okay, let us find the factors of plus 6. It is 1 and 6, because 1 into 6 gives us plus 6, and as we see here 1 plus 6 is equal to plus 7. That is what we require, so hence this is the split. Now coming back to the question, we write this as 2x square plus x plus 6x plus 3. What we have done? We have split the middle term. What is common in the first two terms? It is x is common. Here you get 2x plus 1. What is the common in the last two terms? That is 3. Once again in the bracket you get 2x plus 1. What is common in both the terms? 2x plus 1. And in the bracket here we get x plus 3. Hence 2x square plus 7x plus 3 is equal to 2x plus 1 into x plus 3. Let us do the third question. Factorize 6x square plus 5x minus 6. What is the first thing we do? We multiply the coefficient of the first term into the last term, that gives us minus 36. What is the sign here? Minus. That means we have to subtract the factors of 36 to get plus 5. That is the coefficient of the middle term. Okay, now let us find the factors of minus 36. Here it can be written, 36 can be written as 1 into 36. But 1 into 36 will give us plus 1 into 36 will give us plus 36. That means one of the factors should have a negative sign. But we find that by subtracting 36 and 1 we will not get 5. So this factors cannot be taken into consideration. Now the next factor could be 2 into 18. Once again, one of the factor has to be negative. But when you subtract 2 and 18 we will not get 5. So we cannot take even this factor. Next we can write 36 as 3 into 12. Here also we find that when you subtract 3 and 12 we will not get 5. Hence we cannot take even this factor. 36 could also be written as 4 into 9. Now when we subtract 4 and 9 we will get 5. Now let us find out that which factor should have negative sign. Now here minus 4 into 9 will give me minus 36. Even 4 into minus 9 also will give me minus 36. Now which one should we take? Here we have got plus 5. Now we know minus 4 plus 9 will give me plus 5. So this is the factor that we are supposed to take. That is, we have here minus 4 and a plus 9. Now going back to the question, we can write it as 6x square minus 4x plus 9x minus 6. 2 is common in the first two terms, so we take here 2x. X is also common. In the bracket we get 3x minus 2. In the last two terms, the common is 3. Here we get 3x minus 2 in the bracket. 3x minus 2 is common. In the bracket here we get 2x plus 3. Therefore we get 6x square plus 5x minus 6 equal to 3x minus 2 into 2x plus 3. Let us do the fourth question. Factorize 3x square minus x minus 4. First, what do we do? 3 into minus 4 will give us minus 12. Should we add or subtract the factors? We are supposed to subtract because there is a minus sign. Minus 12. And what should we get by subtracting? We should get here minus 1. 12 can be written as 1 into 12. Now since it is minus 12, one of the factor has to be negative. But as we can see, 12 minus 1 will not give me 1. So this factor cannot be taken. Next we can write 12 as 2 into 6. Here also we see when we subtract we don't get 1. So we cannot take even this factor. Next 3 into 4 gives me 12, and when we subtract we get 1. Now which factor should have a negative sign? Now we know that minus 3 into 4 will give us minus 12, and 3 into minus 4 also will give us minus 12. But minus 3 plus 4 will give us 1, and 3 minus 4 will give us minus 1. So we are supposed to take this split. That means we have here 3 and minus 4 as the factor. Now coming back to the question, we have got here 3x square plus 3x minus 4x minus 4. Common in the first two terms is 3x, that will be x plus 1. Here common is minus 4. In the bracket we will get x plus 1. Once again you see x plus 1 is common. Here it will be 3x minus 4. Hence we get 3x square minus x minus 4 is equal to x plus 1, 3x minus 4.